Hello, I'm Ricky Lee, and today on the watch list, I'm joined by Paul Larbey, CEO of Bango. The company has just announced partnerships with Dish TV and Sling TV, further expanding its digital vending machine and payments business worldwide. Paul, welcome to the watch list.
No, great to be here.
So, Paul, Bango has two key growth drivers, the digital vending machine and payments. Can you walk us through the strategy for each and how do they fit together?
Yeah, sure. So I think we have two very different businesses that, in terms of the market, in terms of the maturity of the market, in terms of the revenue model, and in terms of the growth profile, but they both share a sort of a common elements of technology in the middle, and many of the same customers around the outside. The payments business is about allowing people to purchase goods and through and bill it to their phone bill. So it could be digital goods from an app store, for example, or it could be in Japan. We do physical goods, so people in Japan can buy things from Amazon and charge it to their phone bill. And so that's our transactional business as we report it. We charge a percentage of the retail price, and in fact, we sort of provide, if you like, the payment rails for people purchasing goods and charging it to their phone bill. And that's a long-established Bango business that grows. The core business of that grows at sort of mid-single digits. And that's a very profitable, well-established business that we're in the fortunate position that continues to grow. And on the other side, we have the digital vending machine, which is a much new and emerging business. It's only 3 or 4 years old, really, since we started it in earnest. And that's about allowing people who have a subscription service to distribute and sell that subscription service through a channel. So imagine you go to your telco, so Verizon in the US or E in the UK, and you're getting Netflix as part of your mobile package or as part of your pay TV package. How are those two connected? And it's Bango and the Bango Digital Vending Machine that sits at the heart of that ecosystem, bridging the gap between subscription services and channels that want to distribute those subscription service. And that's a very fast-growing business. It's a recurring revenue model. That's our SaaS model business, and that's the future growth engine of the company. So we're in the really fortunate position where we have a very stable, very well-established, but still growing payments business that's highly profitable, and a faster-growing, emerging digital vending machine that we're investing in at the moment. So it's a great combination to have the two together.
Amazing. So you mentioned the US there, and you've built a strong presence over in the US, and now have your first wins in Korea, Japan, and Africa. So how do you balance resources between mature markets and newer regions, and what challenges could slow that rollout?
Yeah, I think we're in a fortunate position where if you look at the product that we're building, it's really agnostic to the vertical that we weigh, the type of subscription service, or really the market. It's fundamentally the same product under the hood. And the advantage of the Bango platform is that you connect once and you access many. So if you're Netflix, you connect into us once and you get access to telcos and other channels to distribute those subscription services all over the world, no matter where it is. And if you're a telco, it doesn't matter whether you're in the US or Africa, you connect into the Bango platform once and you get access to over 100 different content providers. So it's that connect once, access many, which is really the heart of the platform. And the digital vending machine has been really successful in North America. And that's certainly, we have 6 out of the top 8 telcos in North America. And you sort of expect that because it's one of the largest pay TV markets. It's the largest digital subscription market. So it makes sense that that's the market that's leading what we call the bundling of subscriptions, i.e. the distribution of these subscriptions through a channel. So that absolutely makes sense. The nice thing about that is then we can then replicate that success over the world because of the references that it provides, and also because of this connect once, access many. So it doesn't matter whether we're connecting Netflix in the US or in Latin America or in Japan, where we just did a deal with a telco, or in Korea, where we did our first ever contract, or in Africa with MTN in South Africa. It really doesn't matter. It's the same platform that connects them all together.
Wow, amazing. So with your margins improving and efficiency savings coming through then, when do you see Bango reaching sustainable profitability and cash generation?
Yeah, I mean, we've made huge progress over the past few years. For the people that know Bango, we did an acquisition back at the end of 2022, which basically created a sort of a swollen cost base that we've now finished executing the synergies on. So the business is in a dramatic different shape than it was a few years ago and continues to improve. So in 2024, our EBITDA more than doubled versus the previous year. If you look at the first half of 25 so far, we saw again 60% growth on that increase in EBITDA from last year. So the EBITDA level, the business continues to grow, and that's driven by growth in those two top line businesses, as we spoke about earlier, but also some of the cost synergies and the efficiency actions that we've taken on over the past year. So we have an unusual model where the top lines continue to grow, one very fast, the digital vending machine, another a little bit slower, but off a bigger base, which is the payments business. At the same time, our OpEx is coming down and our CapEx is going down. So when you leverage that into fiscal year 26 and you get a full year of the benefits, then obviously fiscal 26 is set for bottom line profitability and really significant cash generation. So the business has never been in a stronger shape.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations. So, thank you so much for your time today, Paul Larbey. That's the CEO of Bango. And for more on the company's digital vending machine and payments growth strategy, visit bango.com. That's all for this episode of The Watch List. I'm Ricky Lee. Make good choices today.